Hey guys, it's Pants and Corpse, and we are in the best of moods because not only do we get to commentate yet another semifinals match, which is like, you know, we're basically getting extra stuff to talk about, but it's Nuke.
It's Nuke.
Nuke.
It's Nuke.
Yes.
It's Nuke.
Yes.
For all the haters out there, it is Nuke.
And
by the way, you smell good.
Yeah, hey, I shower.
Shower? Yeah. Yeah. You use cologne?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got Nuke, and from my understanding, that Dust 2 was a little bit of a nightmare for Sedated. They started by going up 12-2, and then Sedated brought it, or Silly Monsters brought it all the way back to 12-10. And you gotta imagine Sedated's thinking, like, no. And they were able to get it back though. Well, I guess 12-11, because
even just for like Silly to like do that, you're like, dude, that was phenomenal. Yeah. But damn, we could have won that.
Well, and I mean, look at what we got going on there though. They won each other's pick.
Yeah.
What the hell? Very interesting. But no, we're going to Nuke. Finally getting out of the desert. We're going a little more suburban, a little more industrial, and a little more fun, in my opinion. Nuke's got this element of chaos and fun that, you know, it complements the name well. Nuke, you're obviously this isn't a nuke being set off. This is a nuclear facility. Yeah. But if we just go by name alone, we could truly see a lot of explosive plays here.
We'll go definitely.
Some real world-changing stuff.
And for me, I feel like this is the one map that I think the Opera has the biggest role, from my understanding. It is
those outside, those heaven picks.
Yeah, and they are the rotational player, in my opinion. How fast he can like move from each choke point, or like just be accessible to his teammates to help him, because you got he's helping the guy on outside, he's helping the guy that's playing ramp, sometimes on upper. So for me, when you can have an effective op, like a Bones that we saw, like a Kojo, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and you know, we're going to want to keep an eye on the T side, because the T side plays on Nuke are always what kind of gets things in motion, and it looks like we're rushing outside. Are we going to try and dive down secret?
Oh my God.
Jester's trying to hold them off, not doing the best of jobs. Kojomo's able to get one down, but it's the one that was inside. Now we got 3 down secret. They have swarmed down there like the unkillable cockroaches that they are. The Silly Monsters are about to descend onto B site, potentially. Blaine stayed back, maybe a little too playing it safe. Maybe he should have went with his brothers. Cronoli on the site, on A. Super Soldiers kind of sneaking back around lower. And now it's another 2v2. Cronoli's really getting these Glock shots in like it's nothing, and gets taken out by Kojomo. Now all we have left is Antifa Super Soldier, who is... can't be understated how great he was playing yesterday.
Oh, dude, I saw that. He was phenomenal with what they were doing, as well as Wet Willie. And it was interesting because Wet Willie got first blooded there, and I know it's the pistol round, but still.
No, this is such a hard swing to take. He has the bomb. I was about to say he doesn't have the bomb, but and yeah, the moment he's like looks away, gets the headshot, and now he's up against Diabetic, who definitely has the advantage if we go off of equipment alone, except for Super Soldier never uses smoke.
What the?
It doesn't actually get it off. It negates the visual. Maybe not all the way. Oh, that gives a little peek room on the corner of the box. That's tough. That's real tough.
The way he was just like crouching and looking down to his right, hoping that he was not spotted by Diabetic right there. That was insane.
But also, we didn't have to hear Diabetic shout loud enough to shake the entire goddamn location.
That is another thing. But interestingly enough, the reason why Kojo lost that is because I think he was running Berettas right there at that distance, which again is like cool and all, but Berettas I know are not the best at long distance. So for was it Anita to get into the position right there?
Antifa.
Like for him to get to Mini was crucial right there.
The concept of an Antifa Super Soldier is funny, because like, you know, creating a Super Soldier is almost inherently like in fiction tied with fascism.
How the heck did they get? Okay, so Nuke is a map where I'm not the most familiar with. Okay, never mind. I know how I got up there.
Yeah, it's off of off the storage container. Cannoli is firing away, whittling down Kojimo, not a kill. And Kojima's flashing out, trying to see if he can swing out. Oh no, he's using that more as a smoke screen. Get me out of here.
Here we go. Everybody rotating. Everybody
We're
in
up in
through upper.
Heavid. Are they
Got this guy's on hut.
properly?
Interestingly enough, nobody went like hut. Nobody went bottom hut. So now this is going to be, I don't want to say a condensed setup for Sedated, but you got one person that's really out of the loop, and he's playing ramp, and everybody else is just in through A.
Yeah, we're getting 2 in from Mini. Colsey might not know that he's got someone underneath him.
Oh.
Not able to take him out, but he's super lit. Probably see him get finished off from Heaven. Yep, just 1 USP shot is all you need. Psycho's able to not take out anybody. Mike gets his ass in return. Blaine checking Heaven. They think they might have A. They heard the flash. Not too sure where it came from, though.
Both players are weak, Kojo and Jester. You know, these two.
Bombs getting planted. This could be big from Kojo.
Operation Winter.
Doesn't have the scout out.
Finals, what can they find? Jester goes down.
Ooh.
Kojo, last one alive.
Yeah, Kojo gets the kill nicely, but it's not enough. Gets countered immediately with a solid spray. We're on to the 3rd round, and you know it's looking solid for both teams.
Double scout buy right here. Interesting. Double scout. I know that Sedated ran the double op setup against Thinkers, which kind of caught people off guard, but double scout?
I think that that shows a lot of confidence. The scout is probably the weapon in the game that you need the most skill to really effectively use. I know it's just pointing and clicking, but the fact that it needs to be headshots every time to really maximize its efficacy.
And that's it right there. I mean, Cernoli's able to find that kill because that's not a headshot, or at least a body shot from an
But
hopper.
Kojimo, you know, off screen, getting a nice little headshot for himself. So there's the confidence. Colsey picks up the scout. And, you know, it's so cheap. I think it's like 2,100, 1,900.
It's like half the op then.
Yeah, less than half.
It's amazing. So now outside control going away is silly. I think he's in through bottom, so.
Kojimo's ready for it. Doesn't get hit. Just a blank shot. Has to reload quickly.
You
He's
are
going
all
to start sneaking into sight.
sitting here in A main. Blaine has not moved. The jiggle, the wiggle. He's throwing shoulders like crazy. Cernoli's the only weak one in this 4v4 besides Kojo. Kojo has the health advantage, however, and again, you're just sitting on upper Heaven. You got A site control. It's really just when this push comes in. It's when Blaine wants to call it. He's the bomb carrier. I think somebody's working through lower. He might try and get to vents and then go up. Yeah, Cernoli gonna try and be that guy. Blaine now saying, hey, we need to press that action.
Kojo getting some body shots with the scout. Turning this into a winnable situation. Now we got 2 coming in from Heaven. Mike has to deal with the natural cover given by the ledge. And too much of a crouch lineup for the Deagle shot. Now Diabetic is going to have to finish everyone off with the 5-7.
He can do it. He can do it.
The bomb needs to go down right now.
Everybody's weak. You got a one-tap on Cernoli.
There wasn't enough time. Sedated got it. They didn't even need a kill. They just couldn't get the bomb down in time. Silly Monsters, what happened? You had that.
I mean, they're baffled.
Yeah.
What?
You can see Kojimo, a smile of a champion. He's just like, you know, a win's a win.
Yes.
They didn't plant the bomb and they didn't kill me, so
Diabetic, should I chow? Do I chow?
Are you feeling good about it? I'm feeling good about it.
I'm feeling good about it.
But I think that both teams are a little at a loss for words. A little confusion going on. You know, we had so much good to say about Kojimo, and it was so nice with the interview, obviously. Not to, you know, discount the other player that we interviewed was also really nice. But
yeah. Kermy.
We have to glaze some more. Sitting on 7-3, 3 rounds in, playing out of his mind today.
And just saving all their names.
If all it takes is that positivity, you know, that he brings to the table, then maybe I need to lighten up. I'll be better at CS.
Double smoke on the outside. Seems to be Silly's go-to move to at least think it. They boosted that player on containers. So right now, You're going to have support here if you're Jester. This is a move to outside.
Jester's thinking a little too much about what could be going on up top. And
but Colsey.
Feed the XM. This would be so nasty.
Line him up, Colsey. Oh.
One's good. It's a cheap gun. It's a big payout. You still feel good about it, but that could have been like a massacre, and that would like an XM massacre at this level. You would love to see it on LAN. You'd love to see it.
This is awesome though. Who is Mike has had this rotation. He gets picked off though.
Diabetic coming in with the firebomb could stop the plant. It's not enough. They didn't go for the right plant spot. I gotta imagine there's more neutral position you can throw it to, but. It don't matter. They're probably going to get the defuse anyway because all we got left is Wet Willy, and he does not have much rounds left in his AK mag. They're able to take it back. Coach Jamo's doing something. Looks like he's calling out for help, and he's stranded on an island.
I think these two, they're not playing across from each other. They're not. No. This is awesome so far. Nuke, a map we haven't seen yet. I don't think it was one that was played at all. Or
it was played yesterday.
It was played yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing that
I think it was a pretty big mismatch, though, if I recall correctly.
Was it one of the last matchups?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't catch that one then. But again, this is going to be sort of half save. You got one TAC-9. You got, I think, what is that? The second 5-7? No, the 5-7's on CT. What's the other one?
P250.
P250.
Yeah. P250's good. It can one-shot, headshot without a helmet. It's got pretty solid damage output, and it almost has the same stats as the 5.7, but it's got a smaller mag size. Yeah, this guy's got the, I think that's the Franklin. That one's pretty solid. You get a gun made out of money.
Oh, he hurt the
door.
Ooh,
good frag.
Oh God.
It lights him up. He's not able to get kills with the XM, but he's able to pave the way for the rest of his team to completely dominate. Getting a solid lead for Sedated.
Is that guy playing with his pinky on? Wow.
Yeah, hey, there's some messed up play styles out there.
I
think one of the big stories from the major is that Vitality now has a guy who has walk forward. Like what would usually be W, he has it on right click.
Yeah, that's insane,
and
bro.
It's like all the other keybinds are just as wacky, or a little less wacky, but that is the one where it's like, what?
Standard mollies, that doesn't hit actually.
It's like he's playing the game with tank controls at that point.
It's like silly monsters. They're waiting for those smokes to go down on the outside.
Ooh, Kojomo's trying to get the clear. He gets the clear and he gets the op shot. Cronoli's able to counter from the top of Mini. That is quite the start to a round because, sacrificing the utility just to get visual confirmation. Wet Willy coming down secret, taking Jester out.
And then again, ramp is, sorry, not ramp.
And,
Vents is open for a little bit.
Either Kojomo's the best kill stealer in the world, or he is such a focal player that taking him out this early into the round might be enough for Silly Monsters to win. Diabetic's got a hold off ramp. The firebomb's coming in. He's going to have to decide which side. He decides my side. Oh, he actually says, I want to play over there. I'm going to smoke, and then I can see, and then I can play, and then I can fight.
This is a two-year duo in the mix of things. 2v4, Colsey and Diabetic. D1, as some people know him as, they are phenomenal in what they can do as a squad, as a duo tandem. However, you got bomb down, I think at B, right? Or is that A? I can't tell sometimes on this map.
Yeah, this map is tricky just because it's like oh, you can tell because of which one's making, or what kind of tone noise it's making, but I'm pretty sure it's A.
Okay.
That's why Cronoli's playing up top.
Yeah.
Colsey with a really lucky swing out motion. Right now it's a 3v2, Diabetic trying to save the op. I think Colsey is looking for a little more than just a save. These exit frags would taste real good. But yeah, the one Monsters getting back into the mix of things.
The one thing I know is, like, from watching like the major and a couple other reruns, is when you play Nuke, they have like the bottom part on one side and they have the top part on one side. So that way, it's like when they go to B, it like switches. So that way it focuses on it. So like this is different because I'm like, oh god, I'm like, where did they just plant?
Yeah.
Are those boxes identical from each other? Because like that's A right there.
It's literally one on top of another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sure as hell made that for just normal stuff like this.
This is a map that was designed with the core gimmick of a lot of verticality in mind. Some of the previous iterations of Nuke have had like a lot more stuff going on. Like there was an entire balcony that wrapped around outside. It was like a catwalk. Jester takes the first frag. Looked like a headshot into a body shot. Classic M4 combo. you love to see it. And Jester goes outside to try and get more action going on, but Cannoli putting up some pretty solid resistance.
And again, this is something
actually for something at mini.
Interesting out of Silly is they did kind of like a late, delayed hit on that outside. Usually they cross when the stuns go through, or they usually cross when the smokes go through. And usually that was like Sedated. They had somebody wrap from ramp side to catch them on those stairs. No, not this time. They wait a little bit.
Kojimo with the AWP might be able to pick up a second one. I think he smells blood in the water. I think he detects action. Doesn't have to worry about getting flash.
Wow.
Gets the second hit. Might be on a third.
Oh!
What the? What was that flick?
Days,
what was that flick?
No reaction.
Yeah.
This young man.
Just another day. Just another day.
Phenomenal at what he does.
It's a sugar-free sip.
And he drinks sugar-free. Can you believe that?
I can. Have you seen the guy? He's in great shape.
I mean,
I can believe he doesn't drink the less healthy option.
Yes, I know, right?
But he's also a gamer, so I can believe he drinks Red Bull.
Exactly.
Really good play from Kojimo. They kind of looked like they were like,
oh yeah, they're about to run right in, run again. Sees the hand, Kojo.
You see Kojimo like nodding, like yeah. Give me a kill.
Do it.
What?
Yeah.
What a freak.
They want to hunt him down. They want Kojo out of here, even if it's just a bunch of attack nines.
I think he's putting a target on his back.
Oh my god.
He's causing some deal of frustration for Silly Monsters. That last round was like such obvious proof, and Silly Monsters taking another round like it's nothing. But again, smaller buy. We're not too worried about what we waste. We're more worried about what we can deny, and if we can capitalize on that, then we can. But we're 8 rounds in. Kojimo accounting for 2 kills a round. This is not 2 kills every round they've won.
No.
This is 2 kills a round. This is a insane ratio of play. Probably one of the strongest performances we've had on a Game Arena stream so far.
With only 4 deaths too.
Yeah. He's staying alive. He's carrying the team on his back. It feels less so like people like Psycho and Diabetic are playing bad, and more that he's just not giving them any room to breathe in terms of getting on the board.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Great shot from Jester up on the top of Mini.
Talked about that duo playing in that winner operation. Phenomenal on the winning team. And now, how do you approach this? One person did sneak through on the outside. That's going to be number 6, Wet Willie. Phenomenal player in the pool play. We had his name written down.
He's looking for something secret. He might get it. It looks like Kojimo might get thwarted in secret. Nah, Kojimo's posted up. That's fine. Yeah. I think if anybody here knows, I don't need to overextend. It's Kojimo. He can let the kills come to him.
Right. And it's all about number 3. Where number 3 plays depends on how Wet Willie will do this. But I think he's just kind of lurking on the outer side, just trying to wait for somebody, that rotational arrow. And then this might still be an A play because, again, look, you still got a couple of people through red or lobby. Late smokes coming in. You still have the util.
Kind of well read. There was someone there, It's the motion of the ocean, the flow of the map.
Yeah.
Can I properly predict somebody's coming through? And Mike kind of looked like it was like, I could push through now. Ooh, smoke. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to have timing on upper in heaven. Look at this, number 6. He is going to have timing.
They're pushing in to Mini. Oh. They're getting some return frags. Kojimo's on the side with a Tech 9. It doesn't need to be an AWP. I can still get kills. Kojimo's still alive. Wet Willie needs to account for Sedated's top fragger.
1v1. Oh, no, not 1v1. What am I smoking? 1v2.
Timeout brings us to 7-2. Sedated on top of things. Really looking like they're unbeatable on the CT side.
I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I'm like not even paying attention to the game clock. So I'm like, oh, it's a 1v2. And then round ends, I'm like, wait, hold on. What happened? Because they showed the player cams and everybody was like this. And
in that instance, I was kind of under the same boat. There was one earlier where it was when they forgot to plant the bomb.
Right.
I think it was the 3rd round of this where I was kind of keeping that in mind. And I was like, oh, man, that's so good. Psycho playing for Squeaky, anticipating something coming through it. Mike trying to think, can I go through trophy? Can I get to ramp?
No outside. Well, there's still an outside play right here. But again,
right now,
slow.
Kojimo is pushing into trophy a little bit, trying to see if this AWP can sing at close range, and it does. He gets the first frag of the round. Blaine's able to kill a rifler, but immediately gets thwarted by Diabetic, who's now pushed into main, into lobby.
Blaine.
Sorry, I don't know if main's a call out on this map.
No, Blaine. Yeah, I'm calling it main. I don't really know.
But Willie needs to keep a watch out for Diabetic, but I think Wet Willie realizes the plot may have been lost. He sneaks onto a site. Did he see something, Heaven? He's able to get the kill on Heaven. Jester completely unaware somebody was pushing through.
This is huge in a sense.
Colsey jumps down, very sneaky. And wow, what an excellent way to get out of there.
Oh, I mean, yeah, the Molly hit half the door, but still buying him some time. All he needed, silly monsters.
It's Cronola and Super Soldier. Cannoli.
Cannoli
is what you eat in Italy. Cronola is what you eat when you're on a diet.
And also on Nuke, I guess, because Sedated are having their way with him.
Diabetic with a spray down on Cannoli. Antifa Super Soldier is going to have to fight his way out of this one. He's pressed against Vent. He's got smoke on him. Ooh, gets a little bit of a spray down on Diabetic. Can't finish his food. And the timer was getting too low. Needed to do something with that bomb, and that something was throw it on the ground as soon as he ragdolls. Sedated is looking mad hot right now.
They are.
Kojimo has not been on the same tear that he's been on earlier, but he also has not died since we last glazed him.
Let's hold off though.
Yeah.
Because again, that map too, Sedated was up what, 10-2, 12?
Yeah. Again, it's
something. And
you know, the round, the half switch could make something happen. I'm not saying anything's definitive right now. Don't get me wrong. I think Silly Monsters has something going for them, and I don't think that a fair deal of these have been too spread apart. But man, you see a round start like that, and how could you not be totally beleaguered?
Well, Willie responds with one of his own.
Yeah, totally flashed. Tried to look for him in the right spot, but Psycho was just too wide swung out.
Now you got two players separated.
Kojimo starting through the smoke from garage. What the fudge, man? I know that our production says it's not that much of an issue, but I'm gonna let it wait for grands before I really let things fly.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I mean, I've dropped a couple.
I know. I'm waiting.
I've apologized to the people at home. I've been a bad boy.
Antifa Super Soldier going up to ramp, getting caught by Diabetic. Now only has one more left to take, and that is Mike. Who is Mike? Doesn't matter. He's taken out by Diabetic.
Mike and I guess.
Who is Mike? Another notch on Diabetic's barrel. Something like that.
All right, last round before the half. You are going into this with Galil's and a Mac 10. So even with a full loss bonus, they don't buy the AKs. That's how bad it's been for the side of Silly. Economy really not really going for even.
We're going to have to see something unconventional, and it looks like they wanted to go for the vent dive. I think that it was read perfectly because they mollied it off. Now Blaine's trying to head to A site. Diabetic holding it down for all the people coming through Hut, and Kojimo puts a period on that half, bringing us to 10-2.
Hey boys, gotta stay calm. Stay calm.
In one half, I think that this guy has dropped a 20 bomb and has looked cool as a cucumber the entire time.
Exactly. I mean, that's just like leadership experience, right?
Should be.
Just being like, boys, we're not out of this yet. Like, we have the energy. Let's keep it flowing. Like those hand gestures.
Yeah, he sincerely does look like he's got the composure for it. Like there's that aura.
Right. I mean, Sungjin woohoo. But I guess double Berettas here. Ooh, this is interesting.
He loves it.
Out of Silly.
We got two sets of USPs. Wait, double Beretta drops from some so that they could buy the armor. Wet Willie, almost like I will take on the responsibility of a USPS and no armor. The way of the Ronin.
Outside play here.
Cannoli gets to edge up on this smoke real nicely if anybody pushes through. He's headed back to Mini though. Jester's waiting for a peek. Who's going to be the first to see something? Wet Willie gets down Jester. Kojimo gets down Antifa Super Soldier. Yet again, another one of these early frags for Kojimo.
Willie is chowing everything.
Kojimo is
and
absolute
gets it.
Yeah. Throw some more on that kill feed.
And now where are the double Berettas set up at? Well played.
Oh my God!
It.
What a cheeky spot! It's so classic.
Yes.
Like that has been such a thing for Nuke. It's just I'm gonna hide on top of Hut and ruin your day.
Wait, because even the perfect mollies sometimes don't even hit that spot when it gets into the door.
It's just I don't know. It's a dick spot, but it's so much fun to get a kill from, man. That's
what you mean? That's what they need to do.
Yeah, you got to be a dick. You got to be a dick to win.
Yeah.
Diabetic firing some shots. Colsey gets one off screen, taking us down to a 3-2. And
are they both split? Are they split? Where's double zero? Where's zero at Diabetic? Now he's gonna go through.
Diabetic gets the shot.
Oh, we were watching Diabetic. Jeez.
Oh, firing some in.
Way.
It's a little bit of war of attrition between these two in mini. Goes through the door. He's able to get away safely. Mike sneaking through lobby. It gets shot by the double team. Crenoli's going to have to take him out. Runs out of bullets in his mag. They need this. They don't get it.
Shuts the door.
Pistol round's over. And now we see a scary situation.
Scary, because you're not, what, you're going to have to force buy? Or
you're going to have to do something. Well, you don't have to force. Honestly, in this, I think it's pistols and upgrade. Oh, they're force buying. Okay.
I would force buy. I wouldn't want to face the same deficit of like a 12-2 trying to win out every single round.
Yeah. I mean, they literally know what that's like, just on a different map.
That is true. that is true.
It's just like those tactics where, you watch football and it's like it's 24-27. We're going to go for the kick. We could score, but we're just going to waste time and go for the kick because we know overtime is within our grasp. Blaine getting the first kill, very important. Wet Willie, a little envious of Blaine. What if I got an early frag too? I'm in there as well. I will say Kojimo, or this team hasn't really seemed to have like super upgraded their stock since the last round.
Yeah.
And Kojimo and Psycho bring it down to an even 3-3 on the player count with their cheap MAC-10s. They're cheap, profitable MAC-10s. Wet Willie waiting for the scout. Psycho might be able to catch him off.
So phenomenal at doing this. Remember back to that ancient, or not ancient.
Firebomb goes down. It's not good damage.
Dropped his MAC-10. Hold up. I gotta get that back. No, Psycho. Last
7 rounds left. It kind of looks like Blaine's got this one.
What if Blaine chokes? Dude. Oh, that's gotta be. I'm so sorry, Blaine. I am so sorry.
Psycho's got heaven to worry about. Wow. And yeah, gets
I feel so bad, Blaine.
Gets a little sneak attack action going on.
Oh my God. I'm really good at predicting the bad.
I was like, there's no way. I know you just said it, but like, come on, it's so lined up. Also, I think he had an MP9. I don't know why he didn't have that out for that close of a engagement, but hey, it's what I could be wrong.
It's Wet Willie with the scout in his hand. Again, they're gonna upgrade to FAMAS's, a couple M4s, and what is that, a P90?
Wow, you're looking at the full utility on a vent dive. That's special. That's the kind of plays that I have been wanting to see from Nuke matches. Although only one vent dove, the rest went ramp. But hey, the confusion has allowed Diabetic to get on site, and we already got a bomb plant. That was like, what, 30 seconds into the round?
Yep.
And they've only lost Colsey, Wet Willie, Blaine, Antifa Super Soldier. Have to make a stand right now, because if they lose this, the economy is going to be terrible. And Sedated is going to have that momentum, and Jester's making it that much harder to win.
What can you do here if you're Blaine and Antifa?
You have to push. You have to rush onto site. It's totally smoked out.
Flood
Antifa
them.
Super Soldier's able to get a kill on Psycho. Kojimo's ready, waiting for something. He wants to get a kill with a Tech 9. I think that might be his favorite gun.
It might be his favorite gun.
It's 12-3, and this is the nightmare situation. This is where you 100,000,000% do not want to be if you are silly monsters. They're buying weapons like MP9s and Novas with their backs against the wall. Meanwhile, Sedated gets to go and get FAMAS's and Galils and MAC-10s and
Can we take a shout out to Psycho, 4-10, and his team is up 12-3. And again, another match where we're seeing somebody on the side of Sedated get carried by.
Wet Willie pushing up. Full blind, able to actually commit to the kill. Colsey was able to take out Crenoli, a very important frag to get. Well, maybe he was playing better yesterday. Wet Willie's the top fragger. Blaine gets taken down by Jester and Psycho. This is looking like a Sedated win already. It's a 4-3. Mike needs to get one of these deagle shots and make it truer than true.
Nobody. Oh, is he playing?
Mike gets flamed out. Mike gets forced into their sight lines. Now it's all up to Antifa Super Soldier. And that'll do ya. The boys on Sedated looking like $1 million right now. That nuke looked like they had it locked down.
Oh, they're feeling it.
Front to back. And now they close the book on that match.
Kojo, Diabetic, Colsey, all around. And if you are silly, one of the teams that went 3-1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
They were the one from Team A, Group A, right?
I think, weren't they Group B?
Oh, no, they might have been Group B. Again, you're going home. Respects, fist bumps, and a whole lot of nothing on nuke.
If I'm them,
if
I'm staying around. I'm going to watch this grand finals.
I am, and if I'm...
It's going to be a good time.
Who are they playing again? I forget.
Right now, it's going to be Sedated
versus Snuffles,
House of Pain. These are two teams that have a distinctive leader.
Yes.
Kojimo and Snufafu. Snufafu is a bunch of great players around him, as well as Kojimo. But again, Kojimo really just feels like a one-man army in a lot of these situations. I will also say that both of these teams have said something to the effect of, we are a team that is sort of a pickup situation. You know, we are assembled from a bunch of players that do a lot more like solo online stuff. Just kind of like, hey, I'm looking for a team to go and play in this Ohio thing. So nobody is really survived by being a long-standing team.
Or it's like duos just rejoining and whatnot.
But maybe it's just like that higher level of play is getting them here, and that team element, which, you know, is so important to Counter-Strike, might just be like second nature to these guys, or they're just so good at being teammates with randoms online that you do it with like people you're not as familiar with, but you know you're still meeting with them IRL.
Right.
They're just as easy. It's just as easy for them. Maybe they're all friendly. Maybe everybody just gets along.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, this guy's easy to work with. I'll top frag for him.
So based off the maps we've seen both teams play, we've seen Ancient Anubis for Snuffles.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all they've played for the first two matches, and they've won Ancient and Anubis.
Yep.
If you're the side of Sedated, you have played Mirage, you've played Anubis, you've played Nuke. I'm trying to think what was in their last map pool. Dust 2. So I'm not gonna lie, they've had a lot more reps on probably a variety of maps. If you want to square up on Anubis, I think your chances are good against this Snuffles team. I'd stay away from Ancient just because of what we saw Snuffles do with those MP9s, with those Mac 10s, and how aggressive they were. However, I do think they can transition that into Nuke. I think that is another square up as well, because we saw that right there at the tail end. What was it? Sedated. They just like those fast pushes into A, into vent, get the bomb down early. It was incredible to see. And obviously, I mean, they weren't doing it with Mac 10s or anything like that, but they were just full rushing. So again, Nuke, I think, is another square up map. If you had to guess what the map set's going to be,
I can't do that.
Okay.
Well, I will say the keys to success for both teams. I think that you have Sedated. They're just going to have, Snufafu, they're going to have to be ready for the unorthodox, fast, in your face play that Snuffles is doing. They were doing a lot of things that we're not really accustomed to seeing at this level. They're not playing by the book. They have their own book.
There's a bunch of off angles.
It's a secret book. But what Snuffles is going to have to do, kill Kojimo. That is the key to success. They have a good shot. They have to kill Kojimo. That is the number one thing that they need to do. If you could kill Kojimo, there's still 4 really good players behind him, but if you could kill Kojimo, that's like they bleed.
I think it's got a good chance. It's going to be Bones on the upper for the side of Snuffles.
And that was the Pants for Hire keys to success portion. When we return from the break, we will have the grand finals. It'll be another 2 out of 3, and it's between Sedated, it's between Snuffles, House of Pain. So stay tuned to see the conclusion of Game Arena Operation Freedom.